Ram, Lord Ram, which was played by Arun Govil. He's still very revered because of his portrayal in Ramanand Sagar's Ramayan. Arun sir, thank you so much for joining us on Viewpoint. Let me begin by asking you, the fact that the current depiction of Ramayan through Om Raut's Adipurush is making people talk about and remember Ramanand Sagar's Ramayan even more, which people till today really feel was the most apt representation of Tulsidas's Ramayan. How do you really feel about this entire comparison?
Well, both these things have got one thing in common, that was Ramayan, and this is based on Ramayan, and that's the only thing. Otherwise, there's no comparison of these two things altogether. First of all, that was a series long time back, 35 years I think it's been. We did it. Today it has come out in the shape of a film, a commercial film. And the depiction of the main characters, Ram, Sita, Lakshman, Hanuman, Ravan, is very different than that and this version. Maybe the aim also is seems to be quite different. That was made thinking that we are making Ramayan. Ramayan is a thing जिसकी हम पूजा करते हैं, भगवान राम जिनकी हम पूजा करते हैं, आस्था है हमारी. Ramanand Sagar himself was a very big believer in God, especially Ma Durga and Bhagwan Ram. So we did it. We made it with a very honesty, and a very reverence to our God Ram. That Ramayana. Now this Ramayana has turned out to be quite different and thinking, and why?
Now, when you say why, sir, what do you think really got into the filmmakers to go ahead and do this sort of an experimentation, also putting Ramayana into perspective? Because I believe the kind of turnout that we've seen in the theatres was because people wanted to relive the old Ramayana. The makers earlier said that this is totally, a remake of Ramayana. Now they are saying it was an experimentation. Why do you think that backtracking really is happening now?
Because of the reviews the film got, one has to say something. So they're saying it now. They didn't say it earlier that this is not Ramayana or something like that. Now they're saying it. Well, that's but it's very normal for a human being, to defend self. So if they are defending themselves, I mean, there's nothing wrong. It's very common and it's very normal. But the fact is the film is based on Ramayana. The characters are the same, so they can't get away with it. What damage was done, it cannot be, you can't take it back.
Okay. Now, let's talk about cinematic liberties, sir, because that's the other argument that is also being presented. I remember there was a film, Lajja, that was based on Taslima Nasreen's book, where Madhuri Dixit's character, who plays Sita in one of the plays, refuses to undertake the Agni Pariksha at the risk of nearly being lynched by a mob in the film. But filmmakers and playwrights have always, still today, delved into that criticism of Ram and Sita and represented it in many more ways. So when that is justified and that is okay, what is so wrong about Adipurush, many would ask?
No, what I believe in, that we should not fool around, or we should not take liberties with the God. We are very sensitive people. Indians are very sensitive people about their religion. As others are, we Hindus are very sensitive. Other religions are also very sensitive. Nobody does anything there with other religions. Why? Why us only? Why are they experimenting? What do they want to say? Why do they want to fool around? Why do they want to bring new things, try new things? Leave us alone. Why do you want to touch God in this fashion? No, please don't do that. And what was the need of it? There are so many other subjects. Do your creative liberty there. What do you want to prove by doing this kind of thing?
Now, so when the first look of Adipurush was out, there was initially also a lot of furor. The makers went about meeting after the trailer was launched, and when the announcement was made that now the film is going to be out, they went about meeting BJP chief ministers of the BJP ruled states and various leaders, giving them mementos. Now, do you think that the filmmakers are also playing with the sentiments of Hindus, where they think that anybody who is a believer can be easily fooled? We also know about how a seat has been left vacant in cinema halls for Lord Hanuman, the deity. What do you think about these tactics that have been done by the filmmakers just for their film to work?
I think after releasing the teaser of the film, they had come to know that this film is going to backfire. And at that time the film was ready. They couldn't do anything. What will they do when the film is ready with it? So they went everywhere to all the chief ministers of BJP states. And as you said it, in the theatres now, one seat is kept for Lord Hanuman. So as you said it, they are basically tactics. They were not very sure, they were not very confident also at the same time when the film was getting released. They knew that something is going to go wrong. So, I mean, again, as a common man, as a common businessman, you do that kind of tactics, yes. How to save yourself? I mean, anybody for that matter will do it.
Now, Arun sir, since you are with me here on Viewpoint, I have to ask you this. We saw a recent image of yours from the airport where a lady was literally genuflecting before you in reverence, as if you are Lord Ram yourself. And you played one eons back, and yet the adulation remains. How do you see all this even in 2023?
I know, Ramji has been kind to me. That's all I can say. And the kind of incidents which happened on that day at the airport, this kind of incidents have been happening all the time, and it's been increasing day by day, day by day. The adulation and the respect and the love which I'm getting from everybody, especially from youth, is unimaginable. So only thing I can say is that Ramji has been very kind to me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arun Govil, for joining me on Viewpoint. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Well, all that